I should probably be unmuting myself as well. Okay, now everyone should be able to hear me. Alright, let's see here. Am I currently streaming? Let's see. There we go. I see an active video of me. Can I hear myself? Yes, I can. Let's turn on some music and see if we can still hear me. So, let me think. CD, music, stream music. Yes. MPV, star, dash dash, loop, dash dash, random. Random option failed. Okay, I don't remember what random is, so we can just loop it. Does it skip to the next one? No, it does not skip to the next one. Like, I'm just gonna MPV start and then restart because I could not remember exactly what it was. I should actually just fix my freaking music app. Damn, why didn't I do that? I should. Hey, what up, you? You guys are early. What up, guys? Alright, so now the music is playing. Can I hear myself? Can you hear me? It might be a little loud. So let me just turn that a tad bit down. Okay, and we should still be able to hear the music, but we should also be able to hear me. Perfect. So then me, how do I turn? I don't use budgie. Is this how to turn it down? There we go. So for me, I'm just gonna make it a little bit less, because otherwise I cannot hear myself think. There we go. Nice. It feels so insane having viewers so early. I feel like I was a little bit caught aback there. Insane. Alright. So the plan for today is my friend and I have made, and let me actually get an example up here. Let's see. Let's see here. Where is it? Is it this thing here? Yes, it is. Okay. Brave. Let me open up you. Okay, and let me share that with this guy here. Oh, it's not seeing Brave? It's seeing the budgie panel. What the heck? Brave. There we go. Okay, so there we have Brave. So very much, my friend and I wanted to make something similar to this. So this is an Esperanto social media website. Now, I at the time thought, wow, this is incredibly insane. I also want a website dedicated to my language only. That's kind of cool. So my friend and I decided I'm going to be making an Afrikaans only social media platform. I don't think I'm even going to release it, but the idea is kind of cool. And then he is going to make a Zulu platform. And I think that's kind of cool. And then at the end, we're going to show it to each other. And we're going to say, okay, we use this technology. And this is how we accomplished X, Y, and Z. And then we're going to kind of learn from each other what we did. It's a very fun project. At least I think it's fun. So yeah, I'm thinking of going for like a Twitter style like UI. Or a Blue Sky or whatever you guys use these days. Because it's kind of common and it's easy to replicate. So it might be fun to do that. But this year is also good. I would like a donation box as well, because if I do in fact plan to publish this for people to use, it's gonna be pretty expensive. So I would like if people could help with the hosting requirements. I can't see Brave on stream. Ah, wait, there we go. Okay, good. For a second there I was scared. Whew. Nice. So at first, I started working a little bit on it with Flutter, because Flutter is awesome and I could just make a mobile app very easily with it. But then it hit me. I got a potential opportunity at a job for Ruby on Rails. Now I do have Ruby on Rails like experience a little bit, and I have learned it in the past, but I kind of completely forgot everything of it. So it would be a good idea maybe to build it in Ruby on Rails to rejuvenate what I used to have with it. because I cannot remember a thing of it anymore. I can't even remember anything from the Ruby language, to be honest. All I remember is the Ruby language sucks, but Ruby on Rails was absolutely awesome. And if Ruby on Rails was TypeScript, but like, if Ruby was TypeScript, Ruby on Rails would be perfect, as an example. The closest thing you probably have to Ruby on Rails on the JavaScript side is probably Meteor, which is awesome, but it's not Ruby on Rails. So, my first job is to learn how to Ruby on Rails. Let me open up a new terminal, because I'm probably going to have to share that as well. And then, let's see. So first we need to set up a Ruby on Rails project. So Ruby on Rails. I need to see their quick start. Ah, they're getting started. Damn it, I was too slow. Alright, and one thing I do remember about Ruby on Rails and why I eventually just left it is, wow, you can't even follow the documentation without having like a ton of issues at the end. It's something that I've always found so weird with Ruby on Rails, because why does your documentation not work? Like, if you're new to Ruby on Rails and you're trying to learn it, learning it from the documentation or from tutorials is so insanely difficult, because things are constantly outdated and things constantly stop working. To me, it's kind of, because this is like a pretty old framework, it's supposed to be something you trust, you kind of rely on, but yeah, so it's kind of, to me, very strange that it does this. Because why? Like with JavaScript, it doesn't even do this. Most of the time, you just install a library and it works. But Ruby on Rails, it's very, very wonky. This is something you'd see in like newer languages and stuff. For example, Nim. Like the other day, I had an issue where simply the whole system just crashed because one of the dependencies wasn't quite working well anymore. And that's normal because Nim is a new language with new frameworks. But Ruby on Rails is an old framework with old libraries. So why don't they work together? Very strange, but yeah. Let's see, let's look at the chat a bit. Are we able to voice chat, by the way? I could voice chat, yeah. Let me see. Are you on my Discord? I could join a chat there. Let's see here. Right, I'll be in chit chat, I guess. Oh yeah, Discord can hear me. Okay, very good. I might just have to stop the music though, because I can't hear a thing with all this music. There we go. Now if I turn up my audio, I should be able to hear you. What up?
It's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird, you say?
Yeah.
How so?
Cause like your voice is echoing because I'm also on the stream and I'm also on the voice chat, so you know.
Might want to mute the stream.
Yeah, possibly.
So when did you jump on call?
What?
Hey, so you wanted to jump on call?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, let me also turn this echo down on my side.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm gonna need to just get a refresh on Ruby on Rails. I think I still kind of have my...
It's been years, right? Like since you've used it.
Yeah. Let me just quickly think. I think it would be in repos. So what have you been working on lately?
Actually, I was just working on on a little hobby project. It actually, the idea came from my friends, in which like we have our own language. and we have like custom signs that are mapped to ASCII character.
And that sounds pretty cool.
And my job was to like convert those weird characters. I mean, they're actually also ASCII characters, but they're not text, into normal text like ABCD alphabets.
Oh,
Yeah, it was quite fun, but again, we wanted to also like work on the GUI and stuff, but I don't know if Nim is suitable for that. I'm kind of too hard
yeah.
at it right now.
Yeah, Nim's UI isn't that great. It's always UI development libraries.
Yeah, I mean, I've checked Knitter before, which is Twitter, but like without the JS stuff. And it's made it with Nim, and it actually looks like very cool. I wonder what they were using.
I actually could check. Because I think it's open source, it's not Knitter.
Yeah, it's open source.
Let me do that on Brave so the stream can see. Knitter Nim.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh wow, so few freaking requirements, insane. Could it be Markdown? I don't think it would be that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think they were using
Calyx.
Jester and Calyx. Yeah.
Interesting. Smart of them, they're linking to specific versions of the library. Oh, or to the commits, I think. That
And
actually
yeah, I
fixes
was
my
wondering if I
frustration.
should use Python.
Oh, that
What?
would be much more useful, especially if you're going to do a bit UI.
Yeah. And I was like, should I be using Python or Nim for this project? I was in the middle of deciding.
But Nim is absolutely amazing for pretty much everything. It just, at some fields, it has a weird support.
Yeah, I was actually like in the Telegram group of the server. I mean, of Nim, and they were kind of complaining about things a lot. And I was like, all of that hype was for nothing then. It was kind of sad to see.
Yeah. The unfortunate reality of Nim.
Dang.
Hey, where the heck is my VS Code? There we go. Let me just increase a bit for the stream.
Yeah. It looks kind of small.
Yeah, I remember like Ruby had this weird syntax that I always had trouble
Looks
with,
like,
but
it looks like a lot like Python.
yeah, it's actually very similar to Lua, but it's just
Wait,
kind of
so
weird. Yeah, it's
you don't need to use like parentheses and stuff?
a lot of. I can't remember that you ever did need to use. I think with functions maybe.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you just have diff and then end.
Ew.
I'm trying to remember what was that weird stuff I used to struggle with. Oh yeah, and I think strings were weird in some capacity as well, but they're kind of normal-ish as well, so it's not too big of an issue.
Do people even use like Ruby in these days?
Excuse me?
Do people even use Ruby in these days?
Well, considering there was a job opportunity, I'm assuming that you have like these old companies still clinging on to life.
Oh, so it's like, okay, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's probably like there's a COBOL like software that's still like being run with this like one old developer with the big beard, and if he dies, the whole system goes down.
So you're telling me the entire company just falls because of that one dude?
Well, it has to, since nobody else knows COBOL anymore.
Jeez, that's.
Yeah, I think the banks used to use COBOL or something used to use COBOL, and then when the, I think it was when the
Fortran?
2000s were about to hit, and the big thing which happened with the times not being right, they had to rehire a bunch of COBOL developers again to try and fix it.
Jesus. But
I
like,
remember
why?
this was a bit weird. I don't remember. I think it's just because COBOL was old and for the time it worked really well. Kind of like there's no real reason to use C anymore unless you have very specific reasons to use C because there's other languages that makes it much easier to do things. Like
Like,
back in
but
the
what
day,
if you
C
wanted
was like super
to
awesome and
stuff?
like the newest thing ever, super easy.
Yeah, but like, what if you wanted to what if you wanted to make like an operating system and stuff? You'd obviously use C, right?
Yes, definitely. Well, you can do it with NIM too.
An operating, like an entire OS, NIM.
Well, not an entire one, but you can make a basic one. It's actually one of my future tutorials coming out. I've just been kind
Oh,
of lazing around about it a bit because I've hit a little bit of a roadblock.
okay. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, because you also have
Looking
memory
forward to
management and stuff with C with NIM. So and you can of course use C libraries with NIM. So everything you can do with C, you can kind of do in NIM.
Hmm, that's actually very cool.
I could not remember for the life of me what was the thing I struggled with so much. I guess I'll find out when I try Ruby on Rails again.
Yup.
Alright, so let's get a list of getting started. Do we have a quick start guide on the here? Oh, we probably haven't installed Rails. I'm on Ubuntu, I guess.
Wait, I thought you were like on Arch, like a derivative of Arch.
Oh, I am, but they only give us for macOS, Ubuntu, or Windows.
Oh,
So I
okay.
guess I'm the closest to Ubuntu.
I see.
Build essentials, Rust, C, libssl-dev. Oh my word. I don't know how to install these things on freaking Arch. They're differently named.
Oh, inconvenient.
Let me bring up the terminal.
Mice?
I have no idea what it is. But seemingly it's supposed to install freaking Ruby for me.
Oh, okay.
Now I guess it's just wait.
Yup. This is gonna take a while.
Yeah, I think it might actually take a while. 33 seconds. It, at the time is going up and not down.
That doesn't sound good. So, like, have you ever, like, tried NIM these days? Or you've touched NIM?
I haven't recently been using them since I haven't really got into any personal projects. But
So you
once my time
NIM
frees up
for,
again,
like,
NIM
small
is gonna
ones.
be all the rage.
Wait, what? It's gonna be older age?
Yeah. gonna go nim and nothing else.
I see. That's good. Wait, what about for work then? In that case, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna have to try and convince the boss that nim would be the better option.
So like you're gonna have to do the stuff by yourself because I don't think coworkers use nim. It's not popular.
Well, you see, when you convert a whole project or a whole business-like project to nim, the boss can't fire you because you're the only one that knows the language.
Yeah, but what if like you quit and then there are new programmers coming now? What are they gonna do?
Well, sometimes when you are a new programmer on a project, what would happen is you will see that there is other people's languages in the project which they left comments in. So I see it as fair game. If you're gonna leave me comments in Chinese, I'm not gonna give you a language you understand.
Ah, I see.
Here we go. It's finally done.
Yes.
Alright, let's see what would be next. Install Ruby on Windows. No, that's not what I want to do. Verifying Ruby install. There we go. Okay, Ruby's installed. Wait, couldn't I just install it with Pacman?
Wait, isn't this Ubuntu? What do you mean, Pac-Man?
It is. It's Arch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought. Oh my goodness, I did not even think that Arch. I did.
Oh, geez, there's so much Ruby things there. What the heck? Like, I just want Ruby. Why do I need all this?
Are they like the SD libs?
Yeah, I think they're like just extra libraries you can install.
Oh.
My word. Gee whiz. When does it stop? There we go. I could have just used this. Oh, my word. I hope that Autobiff isn't going to give me issues later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's install Rails.
By the way, is it like better to use Python in the future for a career, or should I move on to other languages?
Well, it highly depends on what you want to do, because Python is a great option, but if you don't want to do what is usually available for Python, it's not a great option. For example, if you want to do web development, I would not recommend Python, but if you want to do things like, let's see, writing an API, Python would be better, because there are more opportunities for that. But for web development specifically, I would rather recommend JavaScript.
I see. So Python for like machine learning stuff.
Yes. I have often found, however, that if you do write Python, usually people would ask for a degree with a job. But with JavaScript, it doesn't. So if getting a degree or not is on your table, then that could also help you choose which path to go.
So they don't care if you have a degree or not if you're a JS programmer, and they do if you're a Python.
Yeah, that's usually what I see in the workplaces. I don't have a degree, so for me, going JavaScript was the best choice.
It's so unfair.
However, I did work a little bit with Python, so once you've proven your skill with JavaScript and the company has like a Python section, then usually you could jump over.
I see. But like, I think Python's like used more than JavaScript for backend stuff, right?
Yes.
But like, why?
Well, it's pretty easy to do things. Have you ever worked with Fast API?
Nope, I've never. I don't think I have.
I definitely recommend you give it a shot because that kind of gives you the whole reason why people would rather use Python than anything else for those specific areas. Because usually, most of the time, Python is just super easy, even easier than JavaScript.
Wait, so it's using Python.
Excuse me?
It's using Python, fast API.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It is a little weird that fast is in a name, but it's Python. But it is actually
Exactly.
fast. Rust all the way. Hey, welcome, hello world. We got another Rust fanboy.
Yeah.
Create a new Rails app. First need to check if we have Rails installed. I can confirm we have Rails installed. And Rails comes with several commands to make it easier. Oh, and this is something I do remember about Ruby on Rails. You freaking have commands for everything, and it just generates code for you on the fly.
What is it?
Yeah, like if you need to like set up a specific portion of the database, you just say Rails and whatever for the database, and boom, Bob's your uncle. Code has been generated for you. Like that's something I found super useful because in JavaScript I usually have to define everything, but with Rails I just say create it and it defines everything for me.
That's good.
Okay, so here we just say Rails new. I probably don't want to do it here though. Let me just move off reprot to off reprot Flutter. Then here off reprot. Yeah, I remember for work a while back I used to write all of our scripts in Nim actually.
Wait, in work, you guys use NIM.
Yeah, because for like installing stuff because it's kind of weird. But I was forced to leave it unfortunate because nobody installed Nim on their PC. So they just went into the file and followed every command and just parsed it in their head and typed it into the shell.
Why do they need to install NIM if you can just make an executable of?
Because the thing is, if you make an executable, you have to make it for all operating systems. And we have people working on Windows, some of them working on Mac, and at the time I didn't even have a Mac, so I couldn't do that.
Yeah, like, but cross compilation is possible.
I didn't back then even know about that. I actually just figured out about when you mentioned it in the Discord.
Oh. It was actually dumb because I actually just got the command wrong, then I had to go to Windows to build it. But it was actually pretty simple to make an exe from a Linux operating system.
Oh, so it was actually kind of easy.
Yeah, it was actually pretty easy.
Huh. I'll actually try it next time.
Wait,
Maybe
you
I
don't
can
need to
still
go
rewrite
through
everything in
those.
them.
Yeah.
Oh, but see, you don't want to actually push the... Do you want to push the binaries to get... I don't think that's usually a thing you want to do.
Excuse me?
I don't think you usually want to push binaries to Git, though.
Why not?
I don't think it's good practice. Because I think it fills up the
Well,
Git. But I don't think it's an issue, because I always run the Git, so I can just, well, push whatever I want.
yeah.
That's actually for OBS. What the heck am I doing? Just gonna change VS Code to... Oh wait, it automatically saw the one I wanted to do. Okay, never mind. Oh wait, never mind. I have to... There we go.
So yeah, it's an Africans speaking website or something. Web app.
Yes, it's pretty much just an Afrikaans platform for social media.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, when I told my friend about it, he's like, "Oh, that's gonna blow up in freaking Orania," and because Orania is like an Afrikaans only place here. I was like, "Hey, that's gonna be interesting." So if I actually do decide to publish it, there's actually a good chance it might be picked up. Oh, but that
Like
will
no
make it
English?
incredibly controversial. Sorry, what did you say?
No English.
Yeah, so pretty much no English. Is going to work very similar to that other Esperanto website.
Ah, I see.
Although I think Ruby does have an what is it, like Intel 8 or something like that library somewhere, so I might be able to at least add translation support for it. Because if an English person uses it, I'm not going to stop them.
I see.
All right, so now where is
Sounds
Brave?
cool.
Yeah,
That sounds very cool.
it would actually be kind of cool if other people like joined in and made for their own languages.
Made their own languages?
Yeah, like not like their own language, like made social media apps for their own language.
Oh. Yeah.
Especially for like the shrinking languages where there's fewer and fewer people speaking it, because it does help a language kind of grow a little bit.
I mean, like, why would it need to grow if it's just dedicated for that one region or country?
Well, it's not necessarily dedicated for that one region, but let's say I go off and I want to learn what's a dying language. Let's just use Afrikaans as an example. I want to learn Afrikaans because it's a dying language. But now I go online. There's no Discord channels for Afrikaans. There is, but for example, Zulu. That's perfect. A lot of people speak Zulu, but no Discord channels for Zulu. There are very few resources available for Zulu. You do have things like Duolingo, but most of the time people don't recommend Duolingo anyways for any language. So you can use that. There, you can find Zulu speakers online. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll find one on WhatsApp someday. So now there's a social media platform with a bunch of just Zulu people. You go on there, you tell them, hey, I want to learn Zulu. All of those Zulu people will come to you and be like, hey, I can help you.
Ah, I see.
All right, so here to give us the directory structure, I might want to share Brave for this one. Brave. What thing am I resizing here? What's happening? There we go. Okay, so we have the app directory, which contains the controllers, the modules, the views, the helpers, and yeah, this will be the main focus. We have the binary folder, which contains all the Rails stuff, the config, for routes, the database, and more. Config RU, rack, configured for rack. Oh, rack configuration for rack, my bad. Based servers used to start the application. DB, which contains your database schema. We have a Docker file. Oh, wait, let's support Docker files now. Neat, I can just run this in Docker. Gem file. Oh, also one thing I do not like about at least Nimble is when you install a new package, you have to specify in your Nimble config what package you just installed.
Wait, you're telling me like when you're installing a library through Nimble, like on the command line?
Yeah, usually through the command line. Wait, you do it differently. I've been cavemaning it all along.
I mean, like, all I do is just do Nimble and install in the library name.
Yeah, that's usually what I do as well. But it doesn't add it to like the config file for the project.
Oh, yeah. I've never actually used like I've never started using config files, so I can't tell.
Ah. But I guess it is kind of like Flutter, where you have like your config file, but if you want to install a thing, you add it to the config file and it will automatically install it through the config. I guess it's kind of similar to that, just not as great execution.
Like, what makes you say it's not in great execution? I mean, it installs the library, right?
Yeah, it installs a library, but with great execution, I kind of mean like the VS Code like extensions. Because with Flutter, you add the library to your config, you save the file, it will automatically install that library for you. Simple as that. Same with like running things. You have like a button in the code line itself to just run that like project. Everything is just so much easier with Flutter. That's why I kind of like it, because of the freaking extensions.
VS Code extensions.
Yes. There's also a big
So,
reason why I like
Vim,
things like TypeScript, because the extensions just make it worth it.
it's like Vim programs are doomed at that point.
Well, it's not doomed. It's just because you also have like other software or other languages that do kind of the same, that has the same issue but are pretty big. For example, take C or C++. None of them are necessarily doomed, but their support isn't that great in VS Code. Same with Java and Kotlin.
Yeah.
I just think that they need to, cook it a little bit more.
I mean, I guess you can use IDEs, right? They work good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Robocop. I get the reference.
Robocop.
AMVC. Alright, so hello Rails. Okay, so this will start up the server. So let's... what is the... Okay, we see this. Okay, that's fine. Yo, that was so fast. What the heck? Gee whiz, I didn't even... What? I refuse to believe it. Let me open up in Brave. Man, because I mean, like, my work stuff takes forever to start up, so that was just somewhat insane. And Flutter as well, just takes forever to run. So having something just run for once is wow.
Also, the music is not working, I just realized.
Oh, I paused the music.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know how to work with Budgie's audio stuff, so it makes it weird to listen to loud music and someone else talking.
Ah, I see. Also, speaking of music, how's like the playlist projects going on?
The playlists project.
Yeah, like the NIM one.
Oh, the one where that plays music.
Yeah, on the command line.
Ah, yeah, so that one, not so great, because I have run into a little bit of a block that I've been trying to fix, but it's a bit of an issue, because one of the dependencies, I think, is now outdated. I think it's the MPV one, because the one of its dependencies is outdated. So my dependency is outdated, and because my dependency is outdated, my project doesn't work.
Wait, then why didn't you use like some other API or something?
The thing is, the MPV is a what's the word for it? It's pretty much the translation between the C API and the NIM. So I use the MPV to communicate to C for me.
Okay.
But because the MPV's library it uses to communicate with the C libraries is outdated, that makes that whole library outdated, because the other one is no longer maintained at all. So it has no updates. I cannot update that specific version anymore to fix it. So now if I want the MPV one to work, I need to either rewrite it in a new supported translator between the two, or I need to find something else, which there is not something else as of yet.
So it's an MPV issue rather than an M1.
It's still NIM, unfortunately, because it's just the MPV library is now outdated, which is written in NIM.
Oh, so you're talking... Oh, the NIM MPV.
Yes.
Oh.
And I've so little experience with that specific piece of code that I don't really know how to fix it. So I'm kind of like...
Are you using the one by Daniel J?
Yes.
4 years ago, the latest comment.
Yeah, that breaks my heart.
Oh my. Yikes.
Yeah, but at some point I'll finally take up the time and just rewrite the whole thing. Get it over with.
Nice. Oh, you wanna work on your own library?
Yeah, and then once I've written the whole thing myself, I also know how it works exactly in and out, so there wouldn't be an issue. I don't know what GitHub does. What do you mean by you don't know what GitHub does? Like what it is used for?
Looking at the source folder, it looks like it's very small
The source folder.
for the
wait.
MPV.
Oh, for NumMPV. Yeah, it's actually just very
Yeah.
small, but it's not code I understand. So to me, it feels very foreign.
Should have been simple. What? Later on, somebody will figure it out, or maybe you will.
Yeah, either somebody else will figure it out, or I'll just swallow my pride and figure it out myself.
Yup. Worth the try.
That's why I like JavaScript. I just understand everything in it, so it makes it so much easier. If something breaks, I just do it myself.
Oh, you have like more experience in JS than.
Yeah, like I have ages more experience, which makes everything so much easier.
Do you like agree with like the people that are shitting on JavaScript?
Nah. Like the people that are crapping on JavaScript are the same people crapping on, what should I call it, jQuery. But jQuery is awesome. Like sometimes I just like to make a project with pure HTML, and I throw jQuery in there because that's awesome. And they just complain about nothing. JavaScript is awesome. It has its flaws, but it's definitely better than some other languages.
I mean, every language has its flaws, so.
Exactly. Yeah, Ruby's flaw is it's not freaking statically typed. So nothing.
Wait, can't you like import typing?
I think you'd have like a type module you can install. But yeah, the most types it has is like classes. Other than that, you just have to guess what type things are.
That's tragic.
What are days we're going to be focusing on? Mostly the app. Okay. Also loading in development. Developers happiness. Yeah. Once you start with server, the files, whatever. Okay, pretty much the same thing that we use. Create a database model. Here we go. I freaking love this. Just generate a model with its properties.
So like you gave up entirely on the project, or did you migrate it to like another programming language?
You mean this one I'm working on right now?
No, like the MPV one.
Oh, and no, I haven't like given up on it. I'm just still trying to figure it out. I don't really want to change the language because it's kind of my little fun nim project on the side I work on when I have time.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
I don't think I really want to focus on the database so early in the game. I just want to do some UI first. But where is that in? Probably views, yeah. ERB. I don't have any pop-ups to install ERB stuff. You see, Ruby deprecated. Oh my word, everything, always.
No, the exception was deprecated?
Yeah, this here I think it's deprecated. Yeah, this extension is deprecated. Man, every time. Let's install this one, I guess. Okay, there we go. That's better. Actually, let me follow this here for a second. I think I just need a little bit of a refresher before I just start coding away. Okay, so here we generate a product model with one field. So that will be in product.rb, I think. No. controllers. That was all this. Oh wait, I do have to migrate it first. A migration in the db/migrate folder. Oh, there's also one thing I freaking love about Ruby on Rails. It auto-writes migrations for you.
Oh.
I hate writing migrations so much. Here we go. Now if we run it, we'll actually have details inside of our... Where's the app? There we go. Models. Or not. We did get this though.
So like your day-to-day like language is like JavaScript and Nim.
It's more JavaScript and Dart. Nim is kind of just everything on the side. Yes.
I see. And you're using Dart for the sake of using Flutter, I believe, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish Flutter would take off more because it's so much better than like React Native and Cordova and all the other solutions out there.
Why?
Well, React Native just kind of sucks. I just never liked it because when you have React and you go to React Native, you think, okay, it's going to be nice because they're both React, but React Native isn't nearly as happy chappy if you just throwing random things in there as React would be. Cordova just generally sucks because 90% of the time your program is going to throw a white screen because there's some sort of thing it doesn't support.
Mm-hmm.
And in Kotlin, it's just a lot of effort.
I see.
And Flutter is the perfect middle ground most of the time.
Oh.
You're in school, right?
Yep, I'm in school.
Nice. So, what are you planning on studying other than programming?
Pretty much no plan, to be honest. I'm grade 10 right now, so like next year I'm gonna choose if I want to study natural science or social science.
Oh, so do you guys? Yeah, you can go on.
Yeah. But what I was saying is I'm gonna choose natural science because that's actually like where you're learning, where you learn like programming and stuff, maths, the physics, biology, all that fun stuff is there.
Interesting.
And in social sciences, you have like history, geography, economics, and so on, finance and stuff.
So in your schools, in what country are you?
I'm actually like in Ethiopia right now.
So in your schools, when you choose your subjects in grade 11, and then you get a bunch of subjects depending on what specific class you choose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. I
I
guess
mean,
it
like,
makes sense.
it's not like you're gonna choose the class. So until grade 10, you're gonna learn like actually not grade 10, but like after you join high school. So high school is like 9, 10, 11, and 12. So 9 and 10, you're gonna learn biology, geography, physics, economics, like every single natural and social sciences, but they're not gonna take into account of which one you want to study. So you're actually gonna decide when you're in grade 11. But until then, you're going to learn like everything.
Oh, insane.
Yeah, and I hate geography. I hate economics. I hate history. Like I don't like social sciences at all.
Very based.
And I also hate chemistry and bio. Physics and maths is my stuff, but like chemo and bio, mm-mm.
Interesting.
And yeah, they're gonna teach us like web development stuff next year. Uh, and yeah, it's quiet. It's gonna be fun, hopefully.
Yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. But it's so unfair because like as an African country, um not many students are gonna have the opportunity to like learn this stuff. Like I'm in a private school. I'm actually in a very good school, so like we learn a lot of stuff. But like if we're gonna take the majority of schools in our country, it's not as developed. So resources, computer resources and stuff, books and stuff, it's really hard for them to get it. So actually, speaking of that, we have like national exams in grade 12 that you need to pass to go to uni. And guess how much percent failed?
Jeez.
Yeah, guess. Give it a guess.
Let me think. Ah, I kind of want to base it off of my country, so let's say about 50%.
50% is actually like a very understatement. It's understatement. It's an understatement.
And then how much is it?
97% this year. I mean, previous
Yo,
year.
fail.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yo,
97. Yeah, 97% students failed last year.
that
And it's
is
actually because like
insane.
the curriculum changed. So like in the past 2 years, I think before 2 years, the curriculum was different. So like everybody was basically passing and stuff. But now things changed and it's in detail. They're gonna make it hard. And 97% of them failed.
So do those 97% need to redo, or are they just not allowed to go
Yeah.
to?
No,
Oh.
they can retake.
Oh, okay. So wait, do they need to go back to school to finish it again? Or are
I
they done,
mean,
but they can't go to university?
no, they're gonna have second chances.
Okay, that is insane. Gee whiz.
Yeah.
Over 90%. Wow.
Yeah. And from our school, like 98% of them passed, and then 2% failed.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's so unfair. Kind
Yeah,
of makes me
that
feel bad.
is.
And yeah, next year we're about to start programming, website development stuff. Yeah, looking forward.
I think that's going to be much more fun.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember I failed school every single year almost. With and just at grade 10 when they finally allowed us to pick our own subjects, I was like, "Oop, my time to shine."
Oh, what did you pick then?
I picked IT and geography, which was very boring, and EGD, which is graphic
EGD.
design.
Oh, graphic design.
Yeah, but I completely
Okay,
failed
cool.
EGD. Like, it was my worst subject. I thought it was going to be really good, but I was not at all.
Wait, so you're telling me you guys like learned all these three subjects?
Excuse me?
You learned all these three subjects in your late high school years.
Well, graphic design is more like. Did I get a subscriber? Ah, thank you for subscribing.
Nice.
So, EGD is more like, when you create a building, you need someone to draw the building and the layouts and stuff like that. So it's not like you go into a computer and you design the characters.
Uh-huh. So
Yeah,
it's like architecture kind of
yeah,
thing?
yes, exactly. It's architecture.
Ah, I see, I see, I see, I see. That's good.
Yeah, I completely failed that class so badly. Like, and my teacher was like so awful as well because everyone that passed sat on the right side of the class, and everyone that failed sat at the left side, close to the door.
That's not necessary to do that, but why did they?
Tch, I have no idea why he would do that.
Yikes.
Freaking no kidding. And then every time he would like leave class, and the other teacher on the other side of the class would open the middle door of the class to teach both classes, you'd suddenly see a spike of people passing the class for some reason.
Wait, you're telling me that that dude just teaches two classes at the same time?
Yeah, there was like this one teacher that would teach two classes at the same time if the other teacher were not there.
Like, he would just open the door and just shout his lungs out.
Yeah, we just open the door, shout to everyone what they should do, and then suddenly everyone would pass the class for a month or two until the other teacher came back.
Dude, that's what? That's so silly.
No freaking kidding. Luckily, it does sound like he was replaced just after I left, so future generations would not have to struggle with that.
That's good. For them.
Yes. Unfortunately for me, I already failed.
How many times did you fail? Like, was it every year?
Every single year until my last year, where I finally made at least 50%. But every single
Damn.
year leading up to that, my marks just kept dropping. There was one time where I got a literal horrible 13% on the subject. I just didn't understand the thing. But that
13.
final year, the guy was almost not there at all at school, and that was during like COVID and stuff, and he was not there at all. And the other teacher took over, and every single kid that failed that subject, he would stand right next to them, and he would tell them what to do and how to do it, and we would specifically for those kids, he would sit there and try to focus on them, and that's what made me actually pass it with a good grade that year.
Ah, W teacher.
Excuse me?
W teacher.
Yes, yes, W.
Damn. Like, like, what's your minimum grade like for you guys to pass? Like, how much do you need to get?
So I think what it was is you need, I think, you need your home language to be 50%. Your math needs to be at least 40. And then I think you need
Oh,
two other subjects that's 40%. And then two that's 30, and then one can fail.
that is actually awesome. Damn, compared to ours.
Oh, is yours high? Because ours just keeps dropping like every couple of years. It's like, okay, now you don't need to pass math anymore. So every couple of years it just keeps dropping. Or is yours high?
For us, if you fail like two subjects, you're gonna do the year again.
Oof.
And even if you didn't fail them, um, the mark that you need to get is like 70 or 80 for every subject. Somewhere in that range. Or 60. 60, 70, 80. I'm not sure, but
Gee
like somewhere in that range.
whiz.
Yeah.
That
And you
is
gotta get
insane.
60. You gotta get 60 or 70 plus on each one.
Bruh.
Yo, it's really ass.
Jeez, do you guys have like time to exist beyond studying? Jeez.
And like the funny, speaking of time, the funny thing that they actually did right now. So, what I do is I wake up at 6 a.m. and then I arrive to school at like 8. No, not 8. 7:45. Yeah, 7:45. And I would stay in school for until it's 4 p.m. And that's for every
Jeez.
student. So you're gonna be learning until 4 p.m. and then I get home around 5:10. Yeah, 5:10.
And these like high grades you need to get, they also applied with the new like structure for schools.
No, this is actually not because of like the new curriculum. like our school, they wanted to extend the time to more than 30 minutes now. So we're gonna stay in school until 4 p.m. And my
Yo,
goodness.
that is insane.
Other schools they're like released when they're like when it's like 9:15 and stuff, and us when it's 4. I mean 10 when it's 10, not 4 when it's 10. I'm sorry. My time zones are getting mixed up.
Yo,
Yeah, so it's like 10 hours in school or 8. Yeah, 10 hours.
freaking what the heck? How can I would die?
Hmm. I mean, I'm lived with 2 years, so it's not really bothering me that much, and I'm kind of used to it because it's since kindergarten. Yeah, they make you do this stuff since kindergarten.
Gee whiz. They
Yeah.
say work hard, play hard, but
So,
gee whiz, you're just gonna work hard. Once you're finally out of school and you have time to play, you're gonna have to work even harder because now you have a job and you never have time to play.
yeah.
Nah, mate.
Yep. It's pretty bad.
But it is interesting. I think possibly long term it could benefit the country
Uh, I don't know, man.
if applied correctly. That is.
Which is not.
Ah, yes, the average African experience.
Mhm. And, like the funny thing is, like before the curriculum changed, like if you were if you were like in a poor city and stuff, you would actually get higher marks because the test would be stolen, and then they would just do it off of that.
Yo.
The exams. Yeah, the exams would just be stolen, and then the students on the cities, like the rich cities, would actually fail. But
Insane.
now, but now we're actually passing because the curriculum changed, and there's no way for them to steal. Yeah, so they're failing. Now we're passing.
Damn.
Yep, tables have turned.
Man, your country is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, how was your country hit by 2019? Or 2020, I mean.
Huh?
How was your country when COVID hit?
Oh man, it was awesome. And like the good thing is like in our traditions, we eat a lot of healthy stuff. You know, all the goodies and veggies and stuff. So not many people died here, and it was quarantined for what our school did was you would learn for 3 days, and then you'd rest for 2 days. So like Monday you go to school, and then Tuesday you don't, and then Wednesday you go to school, and then Thursday you don't, and then Friday you go to school, and then depending on the week you go to school on Saturdays or not, and that's for half hours, like 6 hours.
Dude.
Yeah, and it was pretty fun. Everyone basically passed because we actually did like online school, and
Yes.
you didn't need to like put any effort. You could just Google it and then the answer comes out, and then you'll just do the exams. And the best part is the exams are actually given in home.
You're joking, right?
No,
How did
the
they think that
exams
was
were
gonna work?
and nobody studied. You just go to Google. And then you find the answers. You write it down. You send it back to the teachers. Then the teachers give you a free pass because they know what's gonna happen anyways.
Bruh.
Yeah. 2020 to 2021 was just top notch.
They just give you a freaking test at home. That is crazy.
And like it's so sarcastic because they tell the parents to see the students taking the exams, but like nobody did.
Yeah, if your kid can get a free
Nobody.
pass, why should you stand there and watch them?
Exactly. Like why? What's the point? And yeah, it was pretty fun. Online schools, we like to troll the hell out of the teachers. Um, we passed exams for free and stuff. It was pretty fun.
If only that could have stayed like that. Hey.
But now, after 2022, things changed. Now you're going to school actually, physically. You're gonna take exams and stuff. And then the curriculum changed when I was in grade 8. And yeah, they actually also like added like one more local language that I gotta learn, and I have no idea about it.
Oh, damn.
And guess what? Since I did not learn that language since grade 1, like when the curriculum changed, students from grade 1 would start learning that language. And since I was in grade 8, I have no experience at all.
Yeah. But
And
shouldn't like curriculum changes that big only start affecting like grade ones and then going to the next year and next year instead of doing all years at once? Because of course kids that didn't have that are going to struggle. Or did your country just say screw it and just everything in? Oh boy, it's only silence. Did we lose a? Did we lose him? While we wait for him, let me continue here. As we're pretty much just looking at all the neat methods you can use within the console. So these are not too important for me right now, but it is cool. As the last product we found, which was t-shirt, will now be updated to shoes, question mark, where product ID is equal to 1. No, it just updates the first one. No to click products at all. I guess it just randomly updated the first one because we didn't specify what we wanted to update. But we could specify if we saved it in product, and here they changed the name, and then save it. And of course you could destroy it, aka delete it afterwards. And in validations, active records provide validations which allows you to ensure data inserted into the database adheres to certain rules. This presents validation to the product model to ensure that all products must have a name. Ooh, okay, I like this. This saves me a lot of time. So let's see here. So we want to go to models, and I think right here. So validate that name does in fact exist in whatever you provide. And you yell reload. Interesting. Create a new project. You try to save the project, you get false because it did not save, and then if you go look at the errors it returned, it will tell you name attribute, type blank. This doesn't really tell you what the error is, but at least it tells you where to find it, I guess. Type blank. That probably means that there isn't a present, or a thing. It is not present. I see you left. My friend. I shall leave this Discord call as well. But if you are watching the video, you just call me and I'll join it again. Alright, so let's see here. And now that we know that there's errors. Oh, here we can get the full error message. Ah, yes, please. Run that. Name can't be blank. Okay, that makes it so much better. To get Rails saying hello, you need to create at a minimum a route, a controller with an action, and a view. A route maps a request to a controller action. A controller action, okay. In terms of implementation, route rules written by Ruby, domain-specific language. In Ruby, domain-specific language, controllers are Ruby classes, and their public methods are actions. And views are templates, usually written in a mixture of HTML and Ruby. Routes. In Rails, the part of URL determines how incoming HTTP requests is directed to the appropriate controller and action for processing. First, let's do a quick refresher on URLs and HTTP request methods. So parts of a URL. So it's the protocol, the host, the path, which is most important, and then of course the GET request parameters, or aka query parameters. And here again, get, so this is get, this is put, so save, add, whatever, or post, and then here we have put, this is update, patch I think is also update, yes, submit data to update an existing record, and then delete, which is just delete. Again, here we set the routes. A route in Rails refers to a line of code that pairs of HTTP methods. And the route also tells Rails with controller and action should be responsive request. To define a route in Rails, let's go back to your code editor and okay, config routes.rb. Then let me just shrink this a tad bit. So we have get up. Okay, so this will be on /up. So if I were to go to our thing here and say /up, okay, no, I was hoping, but I think no. Can be used to, oh wait, do I need to specify /rails/health? Wait, how does this one look that we got? Get /products, but this one has a slash, so what's happening here? And two, what? What's this? How do I see this thing? Guess we'll get to that. And here we have /products. So let me just go back here and then go back to Brave so we can actually see the. Okay, so this route is a GET request to /products path. Okay. When Rails sees a request that matches, it sends a request to products controller. This is how Rails will process the request and return a response to the browser. You'll notice that we don't need to specify the protocol, domain, or query parameters in the routes. That's basically because the protocol and domain make sure the request reaches your server. From there, Rails picks up the request and knows which path used for responding. Okay, okay. Let's see here. Let's do another example. So I have /products/to products #create. Okay. So by specifying, oh wait, there we go, post. Oh, and here we have get. So this is a get request, but you could say post to make it a post request. Okay, yeah, makes sense. So if a post request is sent to products, it will call the #create, I'm assuming. And then here we have this. Actually, I'll probably do it here since it happens after these. Then we get specific product, and it calls #show. But what's this? I don't understand this. It has no slash, so does it make sense? Anyhow, as here we specified ID, so that's a path parameter. If the visit's at 1, it will return 1. Okay, interesting. So then we have create, read, update, delete routes. Index shows all the records. New renders a form for creating a new record. Create processes the form for submission, does error handling, whatnot. Show renders a specific one. Edit edits a specific one. Update handles edit submissions. And destroy handles delete. Okay, I'm gonna copy all this. That's very interesting. So index. Oh my word. Just this very weird indentation. Okay, so get all items. Hashtag index. Create. Show a form to create a new item. It seems that the coding is out of focus a little bit. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. My bad. Sorry guys, I completely forgot about that. Let me just hide Brave. There we go. And this will create the new item from the above request. I'm gonna say render, since then I know it's a UI thing. It's good, so it should be self-explanatory, but just in case. Show specific item. Edit specific item. Update or render in edit for a specific item. Update above edit item. Why do we put both patch and put here? Is it just in general if someone sends a patch request instead of a put request, or vice versa? And then of course you have delete. Thank you for the forgiveness. I appreciate. Delete item. Hashtag destroy. That is so cool. Destroy it. Alright, so let's see. Now let me just yoink Brave back, and we can resize Brave to be full screen, since now again I can work with it normally. There we go. Okay, then resource routes, resources colon product. Typing out these routes every time is redundant. I definitely agree. So Rails provides a shortcut for defining them. React, learn something from this, please. To create all of the same routes, replace the above routes with a single line. Yo, okay. Okay. So I just yoink it like that. If you don't want all the CRUD actions, you can specify exactly what you need. Check the routing guide for details. So if you take a look here, okay, I'm not going to read all this right now, but when I do want to know, I will. Rails provide a command that displays all the current routes the application responds to. Okay, so let me do that. So So we get issue. Unexpected local variables or method expecting do bracket or other bracket. Oh wait, I'm still in the thing. My bad. Ah man, not in the console. Here we go. All these delicious routes. Wow. Hey, but look at that. It created all of them for us. That's cool. The below is a one-liner method to create all of the routes specified below it. For more info, in case future me wants to know more about it, yoink. And I'll just close other tabs. There we go, so it's a little bit cleaner. Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, now let's switch back over to Brave. Now that we've defined routes for products, let's implement the controller and actions to handle requests for these URLs. This command will generate a products controller with an index action. Since we've already set up routes, we can skip that part of the generator using flag. Okay, so pretty much it will generate routes for us as well if we were to run this from the start, but because we already have it, we don't have to worry about it. Makes sense. So we generate a controller for products and we skip the routes. Cool, so it just created a bunch of things for us. So if we go to controller, we'll have this, which defines index. We then also have views, products. Okay, we're getting somewhere. And in here, which does mean if I were to run this, I should be able to see it immediately, should I not? Maybe not like exactly what is on it, but Rails. Let's see, Rails server. There we go. So if I were to go here and I were to say /product, hey, look at that. Cool. I need to put on dark mode. That's gonna destroy my eyes. Sheesh. Alright, so that command generates a couple files for our controller. So it does the controller itself, which is of course this part here. No, it's this part here. There we go. So it's right here. I think this defines what index should load. I'm not completely sure. And then let's take a look here. A views folder, which is pretty much the HTML which has been generated. A views file, or that's the actual thing. A test file for the controller, so we have a test for it. Ugh, I hate writing test. I wish it would just automatically write test for me instead. Test. Oh, look at all this. My word. Test the truth. Do assert true. And then a helper file for extracting logic to our views. So right here, app helpers. I want to see how that looks. Helpers. Oh, it's just empty. Ah man, boring. Right, I gotta scoot in a couple of minutes, so let's see how far we can get. The index method is an action, even though... Oh wait, I should probably show you yoink. There we go. The index method is an action, even though it's an empty method. Rails will default to rendering a template with the matching name. So that's app views products index.html.erb. If you open up that file in our code editor, we'll see the HTML. So basically, ouch, sorry for a flashbang. It renders that. Okay. I better turn on the music again. And just turn it down a bit. That might be a little too low. Alright, let me just also test the sound to make sure the audio is good again. So you should still be able to hear me above the music. Alright, let me just also test the sound to make sure the audio is good again. So you should still be able to hear me above the music. Okay, yeah, it seems to work. What did just pop up? Something just popped up, I don't know what. Okay, I don't know what that was. Very, very, very strange. Website, damn. Yeah, we're making a website. Today, it's just nice website coding. Something a little bit more chill. If I can get back to my VS Code, that is. And to my Brave, there we go. Okay, making requests. Let's see this in our browser. Actually, we started the server. I did go there. On our browser request / products. Get index sent back to us. And this action is empty. If we open up our config / routes, we can tell Rails the root route should render products index action by adding this line. So they want us to add root products / index. So pretty much this will be our root directory, so the / directory. So if we save that, we rerun our server, we go yo every single time. Beware your eyes. I'm gonna have to enable dark mode for this. Okay, so if we go to just /, it will render this because this is now the root directory as specified right here. Yes, this right here is rendering pretty much this that is being generated for us. So then if we go take a look here, let me just bring back Brave. Let's take this step further and render records from our database. Okay, so now we're getting to the fun stuff. Okay. So inside of our controller here, we want to say add products is equal to products.all. Variables, so Rails uses instance variables that start with an @ to share data with views. Instance variables. Let me just see variables and data types. Let me just go check in my notes about that. I could not remember about that. Search @. Is there any @ here? Variable scopes maybe? Instance variables are the same as class variables, however their values are local to specific instances of an object, meaning that if we have a variable @test and change the value of @test, then it will only change in that object. Unlike class variables, which will change in all objects, class variables are like global scope instance variables. What? Below is only usable in a class. A class variable is a variable that is shared amongst all instances of a class. Okay, makes sense. Basically, same as saying this.class in C++. or this dot variable in C++, or self dot variable in Python. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Okay, I get it. I get it. So every time you create a new object with an at, but why not just create a regular variable? Or is it specifically needed for classes? Interesting. Oh well. Let me go back to that VS Code. So if we go to, not this one, this one here. We put this here. Add products is equal to product.all. So I want to check something. We don't have a format for Ruby. And this is deprecated. Ruby language server for code compilation, intelligence, and inline documentation. Ruby formatter. Okay, let's go here. Install. Less than 3 stars. We'll see if it's good. I do have a formatter though. What are you talking about? Formatter. Where's my formatter? Where do I specify formatter? Format. I don't have a format document with though. Okay, I'm assuming this did not get picked up, so that's fine. Ruby formatter. Let's try this one. Rufo command not found. Oh, do I need to install Rufo? How weird. I don't have Rufo in Pac-Man, so I'm assuming I have to install it with Ruby on Rails. Yeah, gem install Rufo. Okay. Now, if I were to try and format, there we go. Look at that. Okay, that works. I'm happy with that. Okay, so now we can go back to that controller. So the add products is equal to products.all, and I'm assuming this add product will be passed to the client. So, if I were to yoink it. Gotta go. Keep up the good work. Bye. Hey, thanks for watching. I will see you again later. In /app/views product, we can replace the HTML with this ERB. Debug at products. Why debug? Okay. I guess it is fine. So ERB. We're looking for, yeah, here. And we just want to put it where? Can we just put it anywhere? Okay, let's put it down here. So we'll display it below all these. Error formatting index.html.erb spawn HTML beautifier ENOE. What? Format document with. So we're using ERB formatter beautify. What about Rufo? Okay, Rufo works. Format document with configure. Let's make a Rufo. So if I were to do this, okay, Rufo does not do a thing, but it doesn't give me an error, so it's fine. I wonder if beware your eyes. I'm gonna add some CSS to this in a second. Okay. It did not like that we just threw that there, I think. Let's see. ERB is short for embedded Ruby. It allows you to execute Ruby code to dynamically generate HTML. So it's similar to Ninja or what's Python? Python I think is Ninja. So I think it's similar to that. With Rails, the tells tag to execute Ruby. Okay, that's understandable. It takes this and converts it to YAML. Oh, okay, I see it now. Ew. Why YAML, of all things, but okay. I guess I understand. Now refresh, your browsers should see an output change, so you're seeing records of your database displayed in YAML format. The debug helper prints out variables in YAML, okay. With debugging. For example, if you weren't paying attention, you typed a singular at product instead of products. The debug helper could help you identify the variable was not set correctly. Wait, what? So if I were to say add product and save it, then go back to my browser, refresh, it just gives me free. Is everything in the console? Debug dump is dashes. Okay. And I'm assuming we have. I do not know what it means. Is free dashes just like a way of it telling me, hey, something might be wrong somewhere? I don't know what's going on here. Started / processing. It says okay, and then here it says it gets. Okay, but it didn't tell me anything was wrong. If I were to just do this, and then of course reload the page. I guess then it's nothing there, so it just it just puts a couple of dashes there for you, I guess. And if I were to say products, it would still render it perfectly fine. Oh, okay, interesting. So debug makes it a little bit easier to also tell you what you're looking at. Oh, okay. Now I get the use of it. Makes sense. Let's update the view to have. I'm just gonna copy this. It's just simple HTML. Paste. So we have products as a title. We have an ID for products. Then for each product, and we get one product from it. Then in a div, we put the product.name. Okay, makes sense. It's just a simple loop. Shoes, pants. Okay. Now, if I were to say debug, what would happen? Interesting. Just give me a second here. Style, body, background, color, hashtag CCC, color, hashtag FFF, save this, refresh. Yeah, wait, wrong one. There we go. Ah, that's so much better. You may thank me for saving your eyes later. Okay, cool. I wonder why Brave is like slightly smaller than VS Code. I don't understand why, because both of them should be the same size on my end, or are the same size on my end. So it's kind of strange. Or is it not like filling up the whole screen? Weird. But okay. Okay, so this is pretty easy to understand. Like if you're coming from React, this is just a for each loop. Or a map. In this case, it would actually translate to a map. Okay, then CRUD actions. We need to be able to access individual products. This is the R in CRUD. Okay. So we already have this because we created this, right? And then it automatically generates this for us with the show. Now we actually need it to a controller. So here we define show, which makes sense. So index, of course, is for all of them. Then you have show for a specific one, which product.find. And in parameters, this is what's getting passed into the path. And it finds the ID that is being passed into the path. Meaning it should immediately almost, no, it won't immediately almost work because we haven't created a show yet. I think we have to generate one here. Or will it be auto-generated for me? The show action here defines a singular product because it's loading. Who's looking for me? Okay, no one. Okay, so let's see here. The show action here defines the singular product because loading a singular record from the database. Also kind of like that they have like their own little language to find things in the database. Because a lot of times, at least with JavaScript, if you're using SQL, you need to actually physically write SQL. I didn't like writing SQL. It's easy, but to query the database, we use parameters to access the request parameters. We use params to access the request parameters. In this case, we're using the ID from our route product/ID. Wow, this song is very loud in my. Let me just turn that down a bit. Okay, let's see here. We visit the product one. Yeah, so we find one. There's product one ID. We need a view to show the action next. Yeah, that's what I thought. Following the Rails naming conventions, the products controller expects a view in app views. The subfolder products. The show action defines show.html.erb. I love how everything is just so easy to understand because of course it needs a show because. And that's how everything is just defined. That's one thing I didn't like about my current freaking work. Everything is just thrown in because at the start when the project was created, I wasn't there. Things were just being thrown in because time we need it right now. Ugly. I tried to fix most of it, but some of it still haunts me to this day. Okay, so here we get the add product, which is being defined. I'm assuming right here. Yeah, add product. Product.find parameters. You know what? I think it was this add that I didn't understand. I think that was what I did not understand. Okay, and then we of course have we display that one's .name, and we have link to back products path. That's an interesting thing I did not expect. Let me just close Discord here. It's in the way now. So now if we go /1, no route matches /1. Did I remember to save? /2. Oh wait, I need to specify products. My bad. Products, and then I need to specify /2. And then we have a back button which takes you. Oh, that's neat. It auto generates that, and here's the name, of course. Pants is just what it is. We change it to 1. We should get shoes. Yeah, there we go. So link to back, which takes you to products path, which I'm assuming is an auto-defined variable. Can we? No, it doesn't tell me where it's defined. It's nowhere defined, so it's just a variable that exists to take you back to your products page. That is interesting. Yeah, that's something that will definitely confuse me. Like, it's just a variable that is automatically somewhere generated during runtime. Let me go get some water. I'll be back in a second. Right, I have returned. Oh damn, I just kept a white page on you. My bad. I should be able to make all of them dark mode though if I were to just let me actually show you the code. So if I were to go and why can I not hear myself? Why can I not hear myself through the test? Oh, it's because my audio is so low. Okay, my bad. My bad. I think I think Pulse Audio should be able to fix that though. Oh yeah, if I do that, then I can increase this audio so I can hear myself through my mic. Okay, there we go. That's much better. And now I can of course just do this. There we go. Okay, now I'm pretty sure if I were to cut this and put it in maybe layouts. I don't know why why it keeps giving me errors. It's fine. I can format it myself. Stop giving me errors. Yeah, how do can I just tell it? There we go. I just turned you off. What? Manage extension. Okay, go away. Oh, but this actually does do good formatting. Wait. No, install it back. My bad. It's just here. I don't want it here. Format. Configure default. I don't want any of you to. I don't want any of you to do format. Anyhow, it's fine. In theory, let me just shield your eyes. Yes. Yes. Okay, there we go. Every single page will now be dark mode. Yes, you may thank me later. I bow. I bow. Okay. Now, let's see. And okay, so I got a scoot at like 10. So let's see how far we can get. View to link the. Here we link it. Or we could just say product dot name comma product, and I will link to. Oh, so here links to, and then it renders the product page, and then it's okay. I like that. I like that a lot. I was thinking this was kind of. I didn't think Ruby would do this, but then it did this. That's awesome. I could just feel Ruby won't do that. They're all about like making it more efficient, and now they're going to do that. Nah, mate. I don't believe it. Hey, let me just throw in this here. Now, if we were to go to this, we refresh, it's a links. I should maybe just make links. Give me a second. Application. There we go. Now links will be red. Go to shoes, it takes you to shoes. You go to pants, it takes you to pants. Okay, cool. I know why I removed Brave, we can just put that back. Then, creating products. Okay, I think I'll finish this right here, and then I gotta scoot. And then this, I might do later. I might actually stream again, and then we can continue with this. Okay, then creating a product. So now we have define new. So let's just, this will be in controller. I'm gonna close others. Then in controller, we define new, which will call product, or which will add product and product a new. And then we need to create a view for it, I'm assuming. Views. New file. new.html.erb. And yeah, then we add a link. So if we were to go to a specific item, so show, then go here. No, why would we want to do that? That would be for edit. I want to go here. And then in our new HTML, I'm going to paste that. So we have new product, then form. So I think it generates a form for you. And then it specifies the weight model is add product, do form. So I'm assuming it's going to apply the strict rules that we've applied towards. So we don't specify name, it's going to say. So if we just try and submit without a name, it's going to throw an error because we're using the add product or the product model itself. Do, and then here we create a form items, a form.label and a form.text field, which is for the name that is required. And we have a submit button. So it pretty much auto generates an HTML form for you. I like to see this in a console, to be honest. So let me see here. Show this. Go here, refresh, new product. And if we go look here in the console, it generated a form for us. Its action will be /products, which is a post request because it creates. And then if we have an input, which is type of hidden. Strange. Authenticity token. Okay. And then we have a label. And then we have an input which has product and it specifies the name. Okay, makes sense. And then it has an ID. And here we have a submit. And we submit an empty thing. I'm assuming it gave an error. But whoops, I activated my RGB stuff. Stop. There we go. Okay, I don't like RGB that much. So let's see here. Okay, I did not receive any error that they would show. So it kind of worked, but it also didn't work, which is weird, but okay. And here it tells us what it's going to generate. So let's actually see this. I'm using the form with helper to generate HTML to create products. This helper uses a form builder that handles things like CSRF tokens, generating a URL based upon model provided, tailoring the submit button text to the model. Create product. Wait, did we not specify create product? Oh, we didn't. We just said form.submit. Oh, cool. I don't know how I feel about that, but I think you can change it later. Okay, and then so it includes this token for security, configured the form support. What would happen exactly if I were to, I don't know, delete this part from the token? Did we get an error anywhere? Not by the look of it, okay. Because we passed the new product instance to the form builder, it automatically generated a form and configured a post request to /product. Oh, there's no post request, so of course it won't do anything. Makes sense. So we need to go to here. Then first we define a create, and it will get the product parameters. So it creates a product from the parameters that were passed in. Then it tries to save it, else, if it saves, it redirects to that product, else it renders this error. Okay, so now it will actually render the error, okay. And the private product parameters, which is here, It says it expects a product name. Okay. I kind of understand, yeah. Which means now if we were to submit, it would tell us, hey, what you doing? Or not, maybe. Hey, okay, wait, we do get something. You see this? Unprocessable content. Which I'm assuming is this right here. Interesting. And what would happen if I now were to do that and say create? It just gave me the same error. Ah, you boring bastard. Okay, it just gives us the same error. Now I say shirt. Create. It takes us to shirt. If we go back now, we have shirt. Nice. Okay, so it works. That's actually really awesome. That was so easy. Okay, strong parameters. The create action handles data submitted by the form, but it needs to be filtered for security. That's where the product names method comes into play. In product parameters, we tell Rails to inspect the parameters and ensure the key named product with the array value or the parameters, the product is name. Okay, so we only want this with the specific name field attached to it. Rails will ignore any other parameters. This protects our application from malicious users who might try to hack our application. Okay, straightforward, I like it. Handling errors. After assigning these parameter products, we have product save that tells the validation to save the record. If save is successful, we want to redirect. Since add product is a product instance, Rails pluralizes the model name and includes the object ID in the path to produce products/2 for the redirect. When save is unsuccessful, the record runs valid. We want to re-render the form so the user can fix the invalid data. Wait. Does that mean if I were to type something here, and let's say I were to wait, I want to see this. There we go. And I were to then modify this token so it's no longer secure, right? What's the point of the token? Because I just created something. Interesting. What if I were to say name is product age? Create. Okay, so it just clears the form for you. Okay, so it doesn't allow you to just read this. So if you have like a 50k line form that you have to fill in, be careful because it will just wipe everything. And it tells that render new. Rails knows that. For a second, I thought it was in VS Code on the stream. Okay, Rails knows that we're in products, controllers, render. Also, we get HTTP42 unpressable entity to tell the browser post request failed to handle it accordingly. Editing products. So now we create an edit and an update. Then we copy that. So we have an edit which finds a specific product, and then the update function would run when we submit this edit, which then does pretty much the same thing as this one right here, but it does an update instead of a save or a create. And then again, I'm assuming it's going to be the same thing. So instead of new, we say edit.html.erb. And I think this might actually just work perfectly as is. But wouldn't this affect dry? So I'm wondering. We'll see. I think it will affect dry, so they won't. I don't think they will let us just do that. Then here we have next you can add the edit link. So in a specific item we can add this edit link. I'm just going to add this behind the scenes, so this will be in a show and just below back. Before actions. So since edit and update require an existing database record like show, we can deduplicate this into a before action. A before action allows you to extract shared code between actions and run it before the action. In the above controller code, at product equal product.find is defined in 3 different methods. Extracting this query to a before action called setProduct cleans up the code for each action. Okay, that's kind of cool. So if we were to let me see our controller, close others. So if we were to now go here, runs action before specified methods. Use duplicate code. That's kind of cool. So first it will do show, which is product.find. Below will generate code here is generated by before underscore action. That is cool. And then we also have edit, which again, yoink that. And we also have update, which is, I'm assuming we can just yoink this and it will automatically know what we're talking about. That is super handy, to be honest. And I also want another set or another private thing, which is set product. Which is product.find. Where do we use set product? Extracting this query to a before action called set. Oh, okay. Set product is defined here. Oh, okay. You can find the code you generate in the set product function. Okay, and it makes sense that these are private because they should not be shown or available to the users. Okay. Then here we've already written a form create products. Wouldn't it be nice if we could reuse that for edit and update? See what I tell you. There you follow dry. I love dry so much. Don't repeat yourself. We can, using a feature called partials that allow you to reuse a view in multiple places. Okay, we can move the form into a file called app views product underscore form.html.erb. What if you have multiple forms? Oh, but I guess, yeah, okay, yeah. Let me first. Okay, and it's specify form with, okay, so it's, that's, oh yeah, but then, yeah, never mind, I understand. This generates code for you, so you do not need to design duplicate designs. And in here, with the new product, we just simply render it. Insane. So we don't need any of this. Oh, and it gives us a cancel. Okay, neat. So we have a cancel button, which will take us back. And in here, it just renders a form. Since we use this form on multiple places, or at multiple places, we created a component similar to React to render a form for us. And let me just fix this. What GNOME is this? What GNOME is this? Oh, this is a budgie. I hope you like it. And then for edit, we can pretty much do the same thing. And here we just render a form for us. Damn, that makes life so much nicer. And then finally we have deleting. Wait, before we do delete, I first want to see that, our edit works. Okay, I gotta get a ton of errors. Let's see here. Okay, there's a cancel button. Let's click that. Let's say I want to edit das. I say edit. Okay. Oh wait, you need to add a slash edit. That's why I was getting issues. Let's say socks. Update product. Now it's socks. Now if we go back, we have socks. Cool. So edit works. And that was so little code as well. Freaking love it. And in here we add a new one to destroy. Okay. We just add it up here in the background. Actually, let me put focus here, and now my name is going to code it. And then we need to define a destroy. So if we go here, I don't think we need to define any sort of rendering for it, because you're just going to have a button that's going to call destroy, and it's going to delete. And then it redirects you to product's path. This is for me so confusing that it just randomly generates variables for you. It's convenient, but it's confusing. And then we simply, just for every item, so if we go to show, we also might want a delete. And in turbo confirm, okay, so I'm assuming this is like a pop confirm. So it pops up and says, hey, are you sure you want to do this? And it calls the method delete. And the method delete, I'm assuming, is linked to do destroy. Oh wait, it's just the method. Yeah, it's just the method. Oh, there's a method call. So if you have like a form, then this will be like a delete post request thing. Yeah, so this is like the request type. Okay, it makes sense. And in here we pass in the add product. So it's the product we are deleting, I'm assuming. And in here is just extra features that we can add. Okay. It's fairly simple to understand, to be honest. So now we refresh. We say shoes. Actually, let's. Oh wait. It's a button. It makes it look. Wait. Back. Okay. So we go socks. We say, okay, I want to delete socks. It says, hey, are you sure? I say cancel. No, I'm not sure. Okay. Delete. Are you sure? Yes. Hey, look at that. Look at that. We can add new products. Then we can delete said product. Yo, we just created a whole CRUD application with like almost no lines of code. Man, I missed Ruby on Rails. I don't miss Ruby, but I do miss Ruby on Rails. Because all we did is we added this right here. This is the most code we've done. It's literally just saying, hey, this is what should happen on the index page. This code isn't even being written. We just put a before action here. So it's not even being written to. Here as well. And here is also some code that's not being written because of the before action. It's awesome. And here also there's a code that's not being written because of before action. And in the routes, we don't have to write any of this at all because we have just this here, resource. So it writes all of this for us. We didn't even have to generate the models themselves. We had to put this in here, yes, but we didn't have to generate this whole thing. It does, however, I think, take place instead of DB. So schema. Yeah, here we go. So it did write it for us. It did create things for us. And look at this. We create this. And even in our things here, we just say, okay, just render something we already did. We don't have to copy paste. Yeah, because copy paste code in our current project at work is insane. It causes so many issues. I've been trying to fix it, but you know, it's a big project, hundreds of thousands of lines of code. Not something you can just do overnight. Yeah, but I hate copy paste code. So this to me is awesome. I don't know why this is the default for most developers. I love this. Okay. Now I gotta scoot. I'm actually 20 minutes over my time. But that was awesome. Alright. Thank you all for watching. I do hope you all enjoyed. And I will see you all again in the next video. Whether that be a live stream or anything for that matter. Well, see ya.